I want to talk to you today about regrets. Regrets. I was on Antoine Daniels' platform, and after having about a 2-hour discussion with the young men and women on that platform, at the very end, before I got ready to go off, I seen a bunch of men and they were starting to have what's known as regrets. And they started regretting. And I had to tell them, don't regret the things of your past. So I want to bring that message to you. Don't live in your regrets. Don't live in your regrets. I know when you begin to feel the emotion or have the thought of regretting, if you have I should have did this, or I could have done that, and I wish I did this, and I wish I did that. Don't live there. Don't live there. A lot of times our shoulda, coulda, wouldas is just that. Shoulda, coulda, wouldas. But we can't live there. Why? Because some of the decisions we made in life, we made the best decision we could at the time of what we know. There isn't an older person, I don't care if they're 40, 50, 60, 70, that wouldn't say, if I had a chance to do it all over again, I would do this and I would do that. But here's the reality. If you look at every L, which we try to say is a loss, and turn that L into a lesson, it makes you the man or woman that you are. Now, a lot of times we made decisions because we was ignorant. We just didn't know. We didn't know. Sometimes we made decisions because we was hurting inside. And we didn't know how to deal with those emotional pains. Some of us made decisions because we thought at the time something was right and it wasn't. And there are some decisions that in that moment, in that time, in that season, it was right. But maybe at a latter time, that same decision is wrong under a different situation or circumstances. You know, there are decisions maybe in your 20s, those decisions made you successful. But in your 30s, those same decisions makes you a failure. And that's just called driving and navigating through life. You know, there are things that I did in my 20s that as I look back was wrong. But I only can define it as being wrong because of things I know now. If I had the knowledge and the wisdom in my 20s, then of course I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. But even in those mistakes, I turned those losses into L's. I turned those losses into lessons that I can teach you today. Today as a man, I can teach you how to be a better husband. Today as a man, I can teach you how to be a father. Today as a man, I can teach you how to run and operate a business. I can teach you many things today that in my 20s, I couldn't teach you. In my 30s, I couldn't teach you. But now, I can teach you. And I want you to be so great that I want you to be a better man or even a woman than I am. I don't want you to live in my 80s. I don't want you to live in my 90s. I don't want you to live in my 2000s. I want you to live better than I ever lived. This is why I come and do these YouTube content videos. Because I want you to be better than me. I want you to know more than me. I want you to strive more than me. If my marriage lasts 10, I want yours to last 20. If I only make $100,000 a year, I want you to make $200,000 a year. If my kids only graduated and got a bachelor's degree, I want your kids to graduate and earn a master's degree. And how is that going to happen? When we're no longer living in regret, which means we're no longer living in our past, but we're living in our right now, in our present time, in the present season. When we're living in ifs and shouldas and couldas, we're living in the past. And as you know, if you're looking backwards, you're going to smack into something. You're going to bump into a wall. You're going to smash your face into something. Now you're going to have more problems than you ever could imagine. So today, if you've heard this message to the end, don't live in your regret. Don't live in regret. Today, forgive yourself. Learn what you did. How did it affect you? How did it affect the people around you? And then repent. Meaning, change the direction you're going. And then relive your life right where you are. Maybe you didn't treat your last woman right. Repent and treat the next woman in your life right. Maybe you didn't treat the last man right when you really analyzed everything. Repent and treat the next man right in your life now. Maybe you didn't treat your kids right. Repent and treat your grandkids right. Maybe you didn't treat your money right. Repent and treat your money right now. This is Uncle Stu. I love you. Peace.
This is Uncle Stu, the old man on the block. Like, comment, share, and definitely subscribe. Emancipate your mind. Peace.